morning everyone and welcome to Morning Markets from True Potential. Today I wanted to focus in on some aspects from markets yesterday, building on what George has discussed in terms of company reporting, which continued yesterday, and we saw a number of companies reporting good results, and we saw Facebook, for example, or Meta as it's now known, rising 17% as it reported ongoing growth in its subscriber numbers. If we look back just a couple of months ago, there was concern about a slowdown in the rate of subscriber growth there, and that certainly did support the growth orientated area of markets yesterday. However, the contrast there is last night when we saw results from Amazon and Apple, both of which have different aspects to them that the market is focused in on. In the case of Amazon, it's a bit of a slowdown really in terms of its overall growth rate. So if we cast our minds back to last year, we were talking about revenue growth in the region of 44%. Fast forward to this first quarter of 2022, and we're seeing revenue growth of 7%. That's back to some of the slowest levels of growth that Amazon have seen in the last 20 years. So just giving you that bit of a contrast between what we're seeing in different areas of the market, and we'll certainly see that playing through in a share price reaction later on today. The other aspect from yesterday that I wanted to focus in on was US GDP, and certainly the headlines there have focused in on the negative growth number that we've seen. However, when we dig into that, it's very much more about the mathematics that sit behind the calculation of GDP, and I'm not going to go into that, but what you can see when you look into the numbers is really strength in terms of imports. Imports increasing 17% year on year, which speaks to that ongoing strength of the domestic US economy and the health of the consumer, which we have been discussing over recent months. More importantly as well, we saw business investment increase 9% year on year. So ongoing investment into the economy, which is again supportive of future growth, albeit that that rate of growth is slowing from the high rates that we did see last year. The other important aspect from asset markets yesterday, very much about currencies. We've talked about the strength of the US dollar in recent weeks. That has continued. But very much yesterday it was about the Japanese yen and ongoing weakness there, weakening back to the levels that we last saw in the early 2000s, as the divergence in policy was very evident. Bank of Japan maintaining interest rates at minus 0.1% and also controlling the yield curve. And that's something that is in really stark contrast to that which we see from developed markets, where we've been talking about high levels of inflation and rising interest rates. I'll leave it there for today, but please do join us later today for the podcast, and also subscribe to the Morning Markets on the YouTube channel. Many thanks.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to the channel on your desktop or through the YouTube app on your phone and click the subscribe button. You can then press the notification bell symbol if you wish to be notified as and when new videos are released. Doing this is a great way to keep yourself updated with market developments and personal finance insights. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and we look forward to continuing to help you do more with your money.